Let's go 26 LA Rams, who are pretty loaded on offense. The defense is a little bit suspect outside of an awesome defensive line. Who do you have them take?
Swiss Army knife and Jahdae Barron. He's played everywhere for the Texas secondary. Ironically, he played outside corner last year. I like him better in the slot and as a safety, but he could really do all three for you. And the Rams, they need that kind of smart playmaking presence, good tackler on the back end.
Okay, his draft position set at 18.5. The over is minus 220. 27, the Baltimore Ravens, who will probably make the correct pick, as is their nature. And you would have them taking Donovan Ezeraku, edge out of Boston College.
Yeah, insanely productive edge rusher, good juice off the line of scrimmage, a lot of moves in his arsenal, just really a master of sacking the quarterback. And the Ravens, for all the good things they've done in building this roster on both sides of the ball, they need a pure pass rusher. Somebody that you go, hey, pin your ears back, get off the ball, beat a tackle on an island to get our defense off the field. That's what Ezeraku is.
Yep. Do you think that organization just has a philosophy that they don't want to spend big on D-line because they've been able to manufacture these pass rushes the past couple of years?
They like to draft, let a guy develop, and then let somebody walk for the compensatory picks and have the next man up. And that's a credit to their coaching, their organization in terms of their evaluations and how they run their books. So I know they haven't won a Super Bowl lately, but I think the Ravens are one of the best organizations in football from a scouting side.
Yep, no doubt. Okay, well, now one of the best organizations in football is the Detroit Lions, who have a loaded offensive line already, but a need there, and you have them fortifying that.
Yeah, so when Simmons got hurt at left tackle for Ohio State, Donovan Jackson had to kick out from guard to tackle, and I thought the film it's commendable. He was good, but he's not an NFL tackle to me. He's a really, really good guard. You watch the guard tape in 2023 and early in the season, it's phenomenal. His movement skills, his blocking in the run game, he can blow people up, reliable in pass protection. The Lions got to keep restocking that. They've had some changes on the offensive line, but this kind of keeps the wagon going.
Okay. Pick 29, Washington Commanders, a pick that would make Matthew Berry salivate over his mojito wherever he is at the moment. You have them taking Omarion Hampton, which he would adore.
I mean, if you have the second pick in your dynasty draft, you can probably get Matthew to trade his entire team to come up to get Omarion Hampton in this spot. But yes, Hampton, I mean, he becomes the guy in the backfield, the pass catching, the pass protecting, the hard charging running. It takes some pressure off Jaden Daniels, takes some pressure off the offensive line. This over-under is at 19.5, but the under is plus 180. Hampton is a top 15 player for me in this draft.
Okay.
I might sprinkle on the under, thinking a team sees what I see in Hampton, that in any other running back class, he's the guy. So if Genty goes 6 to the Raiders, what if there's another team in the top 19 that goes, well, we wanted a star running back, we'll take Hampton. So I kind of like those. I think they're a little favorable, those odds.
Okay. Do you think Brian Robinson is good enough to preclude the Commanders from taking a running back? Because he's such a strange player where whenever he's healthy and out there, he looks like a top-tier running back,
yes,
or maybe just below the top tier, but he seems to have health issues every year.
He's always hurt. Now, I think he's good enough, Jay, that you can get your running back on day 2.
Yeah.
Where it's, Brian Robinson, Caleb Johnson, Bashaw Tootin, whoever you want. There's 80 running backs in this draft that could play. Where it's like, okay, we can go to war with that. So it's a matter of, do we want a workhorse elite back, or do we want a committee? He's good enough to be a part of a committee. He's not good enough to be the guy anymore. Or healthy enough. To be fair, you nailed it. He's good enough. He's not healthy enough.
Yep. Okay, let's go to pick 30, Buffalo Bills, who don't have a massive amount of needs around a team that was arguably a correct spot away from playing off in the Super Bowl. But who do you have taking?
Tyleik Williams from Ohio State, a brick wall against the run. They still need an interior presence. They signed Larry Ogunjobi, who's more pass rusher than run defender. He suspended the first 6 games. So now you needed more bodies on this spot. Tyleik is such a presence at 330 pounds. He can hold double teams. He controls the point of attack. He can two-gap. He does the dirty work for the linebackers behind him. The Bills, that's the brand of football I think they want to play under Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott.
Okay. No, you don't want to go corner there after, it seems like they deal with injuries at corner more so than the actual necessarily depth. I'm just scarred by seeing Kyer Elam out there on the AFC.
Yeah, that's why they traded him. Demand is there, there's no supply. Like when Revel went, it was, you know what I mean? Like it would be Azareye'h Thomas, Trey Amos. they're not first-round players to me. They're good players. They're not first-round players to me.
Okay, that makes sense. 31, Kansas City, who really have some needs on the offensive line. One, after what happened in the Super Bowl, obviously, which is a disaster, but then also with their offseason moves.
Yeah, so the Chiefs, I know they've made a move to fortify their offensive line, but I still would want the guy developing in Josh Simmons. Now, he tore his knee up at Ohio State, I believe the 5th or 6th game of last season, so the medical checks will be huge for where he goes, and that's why you wouldn't even touch an over-under for Josh Simmons, just because it's the fact that, you got to do medical research that teams are not going to release. So, but for the Chiefs, he's talented enough that if you have to sit the first month of the season, this is worth it. Like, they need to get Mahomes a real franchise blindside protector that he could play more in the drop-back passing game. It's not drop-back, panic, have to run around, and he's good at that too. But for the Chiefs, they need to make a significant effort in restocking and reboosting this offensive line, and just at a better level. It just hasn't been good enough. They took Kingsley Sue and Mattia last year. It sounds like they like him more at guard now.
Okay. Do you think he's going to work out? Because it seemed like they kind of gave up on him pretty early.
I didn't think he was a tackle.
Yeah.
I think he can survive at guard.
Okay.
So he always played with really wide hands. His technique was a mess. So you're never going to get good returns year one, which makes that questionable in general because they needed help year one.
Yeah.
But I think at guard, he could figure out some of those shortcomings.
Okay, let's go last pick of the first round, the Philadelphia Eagles, and you have them fortifying an area of strength, defensive line.
Yeah, Milton Williams leaves, draft new Milton Williams and Walter Nolan. I mean, seriously, a gap shooter, an attacking presence. He was the #1 recruit in the 2022 high school recruiting class. Nolan figured it all out at Ole Miss this year. A slanting, gap shooting kind of defense where he was able to produce. I think he needs a counter move. He gets stuck on blocks when guys get their hands on him. But Philadelphia, they always know how to develop these guys.
Okay, let's look at some players who didn't make our mock, but are still certainly notable in the draft. It would be day 2 guys for you, presumably. Who leaps off the page here, Connor?
Quinshon Judkins is awesome, and I think people forget how great Chris Carson was that 2-season stretch before he kind of had career-altering and ending injuries. That's a clone to me, the explosive downhill, battering ram kind of running style. You look at Kyle Williams, the speedster from Washington State, very similar to what Eddie Royal was for the Broncos for a long time. Luther Burden, Brandon Ayuk is an interesting comp to me because they're both so good after the catch coming out of college. They have the exact same build. They have enough speed. They need some refinement and just more consistency. Ayuk was able to find that in San Francisco. Hopefully Burden's home will help him develop and find that as well. Jalen Knoll, classic shifty, speedy slot, very similar to Josh Downs. Dante Thornton, a little MBS comp, same exact testing, body type, one-trick pony, but man, that one trick is good to have when you can beat a team over the top. Andrew Armstrong from Arkansas, physical, violent kind of catch radius, pluck the ball away from my body wide receiver, I can block on the outside. That's Tim Patrick to me. I don't get wild with player comparisons.
Yeah, no, I like it.
Because guess what? They don't work out a lot.
Yeah,
so.
Not everyone can be Anquan Bolden.
No, it turns out.
What would you say is your biggest kind of outlier opinion about the first round of the draft?
Ooh, I think that Michael Williams is being projected as a top 15 pick when he's a perfectly adequate day 2 player. Like high floor run defender, good body, 0 pass rush right now. And I think those are the guys that, this is harsh, but those are the guys that get you fired. Because you take a pass rusher in the top 15, and if he has 3 sacks his first 2 seasons, everyone's looking around like, how did this happen?
Yep.
And what was the thought process here? So that would be one.
Tet in the top 5.
Tet is, if you don't count Travis Hunter, Tet's the best wide receiver. I don't even think it's close between him and Matthew Golden. I'm floored that this is a conversation. I guess we'll see where that goes. And then the third one would just be that, like, everybody's playing this stare-down game of the quarterbacks, and at the end of the day, I wouldn't be shocked if the draft plays out where Cam Ward was the only one taken in the first round, and there's a mad dash at night 2 to get them.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotorWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.